not have free will, sir. Your will is in bondage to sin. You can worship the goddess of liberty all you want. You don't have freedom, sir, without Christ. It's the truth, ma'am, and you know it. Are you free, ma'am?
Oh, no, I'm an atheist.
There's no such thing as atheist. You're a liar. There's no such thing as atheist, ma'am. You know that God exists, ma'am, the way I do, and the way all of these people do. Well, ma'am, let me ask you this.
Not a virgin, but
ma'am.
You have to take them and stone them all over the head.
Yeah, that was under Israelite law, sir. Won't you read your Bible, friend? Won't you read your Bible, sir? I do love my neighbor. That's why I'm warning them of the wrath of God to come, ma'am. If I didn't warn you of the wrath of God to come, I would not be loving you.
I'm not scared of.
Oh, you will be. You'll beg the rocks to crush you, ma'am, to get away from the wrath of the Lamb. Ma'am, let me ask you this. You see that building behind you? Do you think it had a builder? Right. It would be insulting your intelligence if I really asked that question seriously, wouldn't it? Because of course it had a builder. You know it. Right. Building equals builder. Yet are you willing to be a fool, ma'am, and look at creation and say it had no creator? The brain that puts together a computer, you would never say the computer had no maker, but yet you would say the brain that put the computer together had no maker? Man, that is so foolish, ma'am.
Oh, I believe in evolution, which got us here.
Can you give me one piece of evidence of Darwinian evolution? Speciation?
That would be his entire, scientific.
Can you give me, ma'am, if you believe in evolution with no evidence, that's called blind faith. Can you give me one piece of observable evidence of speciation?
His entire study.
You're not giving me evidence. You're going back to a textbook. That's what you're doing. You're saying his entire study. Give me evidence, ma'am. Give me observable evidence. These people here are created by God in the image of God. You're not giving me any proof for evolution, and you can't do so, ma'am, because you have blind faith. You embrace absurdities because you hate God and love your sin. But, ma'am, you can be freed from the bondage of your sin through Jesus Christ because He came to die and bear the wrath of God for you. Ma'am, you know you're not a fool. You know that God exists, ma'am. You know it. Ma'am, one day you will not be able to hide behind your atheism anymore because heaven and earth will flee from before Him who sits upon His throne. And you will stand before Him and be judged. And ma'am, I beg you today, turn from your folly. Turn away from your sin and turn to Christ. And He will give you life, ma'am. Excuse me, sir? They should be fearful, sir. The fear of the Lord causes men to depart from iniquity. You need to know your Bible, friend.